All right, welcome everyone. I'm Kazis Farnellis. I'm the president of the Native Plant Society of New Jersey, and this is our fall conference, Rooted in New Jersey, the Science, Challenges, and Future of New Jersey's Trees. This is, in fact, a photo I took in New Jersey on Turkey Hill about in Morris County. It's a delight to be here with you today. And Although we do miss the days of the in-person fall conferences, Zoom does let us come together in large numbers, and that's just a fantastic thing. So, and especially now, there's an awful lot going on for many people. I know also many people can't be here today. Some people asked, well, why do we have to have this the weekend before the election? Well, this was done in our bylaws in the 1980s. So we are always committed to the first Saturday of November and also to the first Saturday of March, which is when our annual meeting is. That one, of course, we still do in person. So that's why we do this we are here every November with you. So in this case, what we try to in the fall conference, what we try to do is we try to assemble speakers from maybe more diverse geographic areas, simply because we have people on Zoom. They don't have to travel long distances. And in any event, today we have three speakers along with a panel. So we're going to start in just a few minutes with John Evangelista of Groundworks Elizabeth, who is rapidly installing Miyawaki forests across the northeastern part of our state. He'll be talking about what a Miyawaki forest is. They're just fantastic efforts to take a small area. It might be a half acre, a quarter acre, or more, and plant them extremely densely with native trees as a way of creating a kind of really intense environment that can be very beneficial for wildlife, pollinators, and for the environment. After that, we'll have Basil Kamuk talking about native trees. He has a great book. Gee, of course, I have left it behind, but I will bring it down for my introduction to his talk. It's available for free and there's a link from our email and our last email, and also our webpage to that book. It's available for free as an ebook, or if you don't like ebooks and you want a hardcover copy, it's only $10.75, and it's probably the best deal in the native plant business. It's really shockingly inexpensive. I do have to ask him how on earth does that work? It's a wonderful gift. It's a beautiful book too, beautifully designed, beautifully illustrated, and one of the things that was so surprising and wonderful about finding out about Basil and his work was listening to the Margaret Roach podcast a few months ago and realizing that not only did he do an amazing job of introducing native trees and native plants to people who don't really know about them, he also did an amazing job of telling me things that I didn't know. I was, say, more advanced native plant enthusiast and gardener. It was really very informative. So and also in the email, you'll see a little note from a little quote from Doug Tallamy that I'll try to remember to repeat in my introduction, in which he just talks glowingly about that book. Just fantastic work. At 11:15, we'll have Ian Caton. He's the owner of Wood Thrush Nursery, and which is located to our south. And Ian has previously, however, worked for Larry Wiener Design Associates, pretty much, as far as I'm concerned, at least the best in the business and in the design and world of landscape today. Also, he's spoken for New Directions in American Landscape, which, if you're not aware of, is a wonderful resource for anybody interested in gardens and native plants. Just fantastic resource also operated actually by Larry Weiner and now his daughter Sarah. So highly recommend you check out New Directions in American Landscape. And Ian has done some fabulous work on native plants and their relationship to trees and what we can actually grow underneath trees. So trees not only are plants themselves and this is obviously the theme of our conference, trees are not only amazing plants in themselves, they also have incredible benefits to other native plants, and you can and should grow companion plants to them. Finally, at 12:15, we will have, and by the way, there will be a break between 11 and 11:15 for everyone to catch up, maybe get another cup of coffee or what have you. At 12:15, we're going to have a panel discussion with Native Plant Society of New Jersey board members led by Elaine Silverstein, and that will be on advocacy and ordinances at the town level, specifically with regards to trees. There's been a lot of action as a new state regulations came into effect this year, and people were a bit surprised, to say the least, by them both at the town level and at the NPSNJ level. And we scrambled to deal with these new regulations for creating lists of approved trees and trying to make sure that they would be native trees and not some kind of tree that will just pose a problem in the future. So that's at 12:15, and that will round out our day. There are many things one can say about the importance of trees. I'm not really going to go into that because I think we all know how important trees are. Here's a hawk in a local park taking advantage of the tree cover in New Jersey. Of course, trees do have tremendous environmental benefits, everything from improving air quality to helping with water management. That was something that, in fact, had a lot to do with that recent New Jersey regulation. They provide shade, they lower temperatures considerably. This summer, I measured a 20-degree difference between my property that has heavy tree cover and a neighbor's property that does not and is completely barren. And that's a pretty big difference if I told you, that your landscape could be 20 degrees cooler than with tree cover. Obviously, there's habitat provision, the provision of nectar and pollen in some cases. There is the food that that trees themselves give, all wonderful things, let alone carbon storage, which is a huge thing that trees do. I'm going to talk very briefly about a couple more things before we get started. One is to make you aware that our trees do face tremendous challenges, and there's a fabulous resource online at the Native Plant Society of New Jersey YouTube channel, which is a talk that Jean Epiphan, who's an assistant professor at Rutgers and a agricultural and natural resources agent, also with the Rutgers Cooperative Extension Program. And Jean gave a wonderful talk for the Somerset County chapter that we have uploaded to the state YouTube channel on beech leaf disease, which is currently the latest disease to hitch a ride on exotic plant material into the country, and is now just destroying our beech population just a few short years after the ashes have all fallen. And so Jean's talk on beech leaf disease, it's not, I won't say it's like happy listening, because we are still very much in the process of trying to figure out what to do. But there are solutions. They might not be solutions everyone would like because they do involve using chemicals, but when you're talking about losing massive tree cover in the state, I mean, you really can't do very much in the forests, but at least on private properties, for example, my two biggest trees are beeches. There are things one can do, and this is a great resource for everyone. The last things I will say then before I will hand us off to Kim Carrero and to John Evangelista is that NPSNJ gave out a series of mini grants this year. And these mini grants there were really two tiers. There was the conservation science grants. We awarded two $2,000 grants, each to the Friend of Foots Pond Wood in Morris County, and also to the Wildwoods Restoration Project for a project in Gloucester at the Nature Center there at Bergen County. In both cases, large amounts of, or large amounts of plant material were purchased for reforestation, and and these are just huge. These projects have just been huge successes. We also gave away 21 mini grants from between $500 and $750 each. You can see some of these mini grants and where they have gone. Since we don't have any time at the moment, I'll show this over our 15-minute break. But among the recipients was Jared Rosenblum, whose YouTube series Rooted has been a very popular means of outreach to the public about native plants. So we will show one of his videos that Jared did with another Jared, a filmmaker. Jared Rosenblum, of course, is in case you don't know him, is one of the co-owners, along with Rachel Mackow, of Wildbridge Farms here in New Jersey, Native Plant Nursery, and this was done in collaboration with Jared Flesher, who is a filmmaker. So the last two things I will mention are one, that in fact we do have continuing education units available, and we were able to scramble to do this at the last minute. I'll put a link, some information about those in the chat, but you'll have to stay until the end if you want them. These are continuing education credits for, if I'm correct, urban forestry. So those of you who are on shade tree commissions and so forth, or arborists will be able to take advantage of those. And that leads us to two more things, which is NPSNJ can't do anything without its members. We are a volunteer-led and run organization. And for one, we can, as I was pointing out, we gave away a lot of money with mini grants. That funding source is actually dry this year. We'll be opening up donations actually probably later this morning if you would like to make a donation besides your membership. On our site, we've had a little bit of problems with various scammers trying to take advantage of that, but by donating money to us, of all things. But I'll be reopening the donations a little bit later this morning. So if you want to make a donation in addition to your membership, you can do that. And also we can really use help at both state and chapter level if you know about things like, for example, how to use WordPress, or or you're a tech person, you're interested in learning more about that. If you are somebody interested in publicity, if you are in conservation or science or activism, or just interested in native plants in general, please reach out to us, and we'll be delighted to get you involved. All right, so it's 9:02 now, and I'd like to turn this over to Kim Carrero, who's going to introduce John. Kim?